Popping, y'all? Welcome back. About to do another reaction video, man. This migrant thing is getting out of hand, man. I don't know. People want to blame this side. People want to blame that side. We not political over here. But this migrant shit is getting out of hand. It's even disturbing my travel. Shit, I'm trying to get to New York. You can't even get a damn hotel room in New York right now, bruh. But here goes the homie Nick Shelley. Doing his due diligence. He's out there. I guess they did and took over these Venezuelans and took over some apartment that used to be ran by somebody else. And let's see. I ain't seen it, so let's react together, y'all.
One question. Solo quiero clarificar una cuestión. Los trenes de Veraguas están aquí en Colorado.
Sí, hay bastante.
A bullet come through right here? Yeah. So right here where we're standing, is this where the Venezuelans came with the guns and they started pointing at the people in the video that we saw on the internet? And right here in this window, it's obvious that a bullet was shot right through there. Okay. So do you believe that gang activity is actually happening here? I'm standing here in Denver, Colorado, and here dangerous Venezuelan gangs such as train.
Just like on Staten Island, just like when they did on Ellis Island, they're not bringing over doctors. They're not bringing over teachers. These are their unruly. These are their undesirables. So they bring them out here, and then what? They just come out here and get debit cards and stuff like that. Teach me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm very confused on what's happening, and I think it's kind of shady. But let's just to give y'all some preference real fast. That's how they getting over here and stuff.
Araguas have allegedly started to overtake apartment complexes and extort the people. These gangs are extremely dangerous, and it's extremely frightening that they have arrived here, not just only in Denver, but they have also arrived in cities like New York City, Chicago, and other sanctuary states and cities in America. And now you may be wondering how we got to this point in the United States where Venezuelan gangs are actually committing crimes such as extorting and attacking police officers like they did in New York City. But we all know that over the past couple years, millions of migrants have entered the United States, and a large majority of those migrants are good people seeking for a better life. But we also have many people that have came here to cause harm, as a large group of those migrants coming across the border are military-age men that have came over here all by themselves. And now, with Venezuela being the safest it's ever been, many people believe that their gangs and their prisons were let out of Venezuela to come here, and now they are assembling themselves as they have shown in videos on the internet, and as they have now started extorting specifically here in this area of Denver, Colorado. And today we are going to be going into these locations where the Venezuelan gangs have taken control, talking to the locals and the people that live inside these complexes. We're going to be trying our best to track down Tren de Araguas and show you guys who these people are and how you guys can identify them here in Denver, Colorado, and across America. On the outside of this apartment complex, it literally says TDA, Tren de Araguas. That is a Venezuelan gang that has taken over this city of Denver, specifically Aurora. We're gonna go in here and see if we can talk to anybody, as they have obviously shown that this is a spot where Tren de Araguas has either came or is currently extorting to the people. Is it true that Tren de Araguas has came here to this area of Aurora?
Sí, por todo esto. Incluso allá arriba cerraron un apartamento.
Entonces no es una mentira que los bandilleros han venido.
No, no.
¿Y qué está haciendo los bandilleros?
Pues lo que siempre, robar, meterse a todos los conjuntos, sacar cosas de los mercados, todo eso.
They all just arrived here illegally out of nowhere.
Aquí en este sector que han sido extornados.
No, por aquí no. Por aquí, por estos lados. Pero de aquel lado sí que hubo mucho eso.
So she's from Venezuela, and what kind of crimes do Tren de Araguas commit in Venezuela, so people here in America can understand how dangerous they really are?
Robar, matar, extorsionar, todo eso. Y quieren venir aquí a hacer lo mismo. No están en Venezuela para que hagan lo que hacen allá.
And so you believe they also want to do the same here as well?
Sí, ya se ve que lo hacen.
¿Y personas como usted y yo deberíamos estar temerosos de los miembros?
Sí, porque no les importa. A ellos no les importa hacerle daño a cualquier persona.
Do you feel safe walking the streets here?
No.
Ahora en este sector está peor que era ahí en Venezuela.
Sí, está casi igual que Venezuela.
Wow, she's saying it is literally just about as bad in Venezuela as it is here in Aurora, Colorado with the gang. And what would be your message to the political leaders of the United States, knowing that Tren de Araguas have arrived and they are committing grievous crimes like murder and extorting to the people?
Okay, si pueden agarrarlos, mejor. Si los pueden deportar.
This apartment complex right here is one of the main apartment complexes that has been shut down due to rumors of Venezuelan gangs such as Tren de Araguas extorting the people inside of this building. This building is also in horrible shape. It is all boarded up. They have a fence around the entire perimeter, and they have even hired their own personal security to defend and protect this building. And ma'am, how come this building is closed down right now?
I'm not gonna talk.
Can't
Tren de
talk.
Araguas?
I'm not gonna talk to you.
Can't talk
What
about
can
it.
you tell us about what happened here inside this apartment complex?
Oh, ese apartamento,
Not
ese
on duty.
edificio lo cerraron
Not on duty.
por una balacera que hubo ahí en ese, donde está abierta la ventanilla. Se balearon 5 personas, no sé si hubieron muertos, pero más el motivo fue por eso, porque había mucho desmadre ahí. Los mismos ellos armaban el mismo desmadre y entre ellos mismos se peleaban y se agarraban allá adentro.
So inside this apartment complex, the migrants and the Venezuelans that were living in there had guns.
Sí, tenían armas porque de luego se agarraron adentro porque habían armas adentro del edificio.
And how is it possible for these Venezuelan migrants to get these guns?
Pues no sé, pero ahí se agarraron adentro con armas y los que se tiraron salieron para acá afuera.
So the bullets were leaving outside that building into your guys' neighborhood.
De adentro para afuera estaban saliendo nosotros estábamos dormidos, estábamos acostados con mi doña, como nosotros tenemos un bebé de 1 año. Nosotros tuvimos que tirarlos para el suelo porque fue allí en el último y se miraba que salían las chispas de las armas y los muchachos ya donde salieron tirados vinieron a salir a las calles, ya tirados los muchachos. Uno cayó allí por donde está la camioneta blanca. Se salieron pues ya tirados de adentro.
So everybody started leaving and running out of that apartment complex because there's literally a war going on with guns inside of the building. And
Sí, salieron porque eso fue en la madrugada como a las 3 de la mañana.
personas murieron adentro de eso.
No sé, pero sí hubieron tirados.
So people were shot. We don't know if they were killed, but they were shot and they left with wounds in their stomachs and in their
A
bodies.
nice area.
Sí, salieron disparados, baleados en sus pechos.
Usted salió un país de tercer mundo y ahora parece que los Estados Unidos está volviendo a ser más como un tercer mundo.
Sí, porque se está, en vez de estar bien uno, tiene que andar con un ojo adelante y otro atrás.
And before I went over to the apartment complex where the video went viral, the Venezuelan gangs walking around with a rifle, I wanted to call a friend who's a night crawler in New York City to explain just how dangerous these gangs are and how to identify them with their tattoos. Can you tell the people a little bit how these gangs identify themselves and what kind of tattoos they get and how people can know whether a person is a gang member or not?
Sure. So there's multiple different tattoos these gangs use. There is anything Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls, the Michael Jordan sign, 23. Another telltale sign is anything with trains, right? If they have a train anywhere, train tracks, trains, that's another telltale sign of Tren de Agua. Another thing is crowns. They love the crowns. For some reason, they love the crowns. And then you got your AK-47s, which is another symbol of the TDA gangs. Again, these are very dangerous gangs, Nick. And I've seen it firsthand, and they're linked to murders and decapitations throughout New York City
I
now.
wonder why
So
Jordan.
these gangs, the way you can tell if they're a gang member, if they got a train tattoo, they got a crown tattoo, anything Michael Jordan and 23 related.
Yeah, Chicago Bulls, 23, hoops. Look, and again, be careful. There's a lot of robberies on the streets. Just give them your stuff and walk away. It's not worth it. These guys are dangerous. They will slice you up. I've personally seen them slice people up. I've seen them beat people senseless. They're dangerous, and I'm a born New Yorker. I grew up in the mob days, right? And even the mob didn't do what these guys are doing.
Yeah, it's
Right,
getting nuts. Well, Leroy, we appreciate what you're doing in New York City, and
If they don't
I'm
go to
sure
jail,
everyone will be
they'll
happy
get
to
a
know
free ride
what
back
these gang
home.
members and how they can spot them. These are the apartment complexes where the migrants came in, and where you saw the video of the people coming through with a rifle to knock down a door. We're gonna go see if we can talk to some of the people here. We got some people out here doing some car workshop. We're gonna see if we can talk to them. Hola. These first migrants working on a car outside would not speak to me, and if you guys are still watching this video, I want to remind you to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. And now let's get inside this apartment complex and see what is actually going on in Aurora,
I started doing
Colorado.
shit
A
like
lot of
this,
the cars here
content like
also
this.
are not registered. There are no plates on a lot of these vehicles
Be
here
thinking about that
in this
shit,
parking
like,
lot.
well, you know,
So a lot of people are driving
nigga,
around
so I should
unregistered
be able to get
vehicles,
better
which also
access
causes
at, like,
harm
good-
because the police can't
good
track
law.
what's going down.
Thinking about
And
that
if these
shit,
people
like-
are using these cars for something that is
I
not
don't think
legal.
should I do
We
that
got
shit?
piles of garbage.
This
We
is
got
ridiculous.
a lot of Coca-Cola. We got some cerveza. We got some alcohol right there.
Excuse me.
And this place is not being maintained by
The city
anybody
gave
at all.
up. Then.
So here, these apartment complexes, they're not being taken care of whatsoever. We got a door through this window right here, and alguien está? And right here, another window is broken through, and they got plywood on the outside of this one. A bullet hole right there. Hola, alguien está aquí? Hola, a bullet come through right here? So from what you've heard, do you believe that Tren de Araguas have came here? De lo que ha escuchado, ¿cree que Tren de Araguas han llegado aquí?
Por lo que se escucha, dicen que es el tren.
Es una gran posibilidad que sí.
Sí.
When you guys got here to America, did you think you guys would be living in conditions like this?
No.
And right here in this window, it's obvious that a bullet was shot right through there. So do you believe that gang activity is actually happening here? Like bullets, we've seen videos of migrants that do have guns.
Can I say this? This neighborhood technically always has shootings. Like, this is my thing.
Hold on, what is it
there was
from
a shooting
Oakland?
2 nights ago. They blamed it straight on the Venezuelans. This neighborhood has always had shootings. But what I'll say about it is, yes, when you have people, if they have bad motives and they want to secure this as a foundation, if they do, they will cause hecticness. But what I'm saying is, this neighborhood has always had these issues, and they're blame it on the Venezuelans. Now, the Venezuelans, they came here and they found free rent, free housing, because the owners of these places are not, they really were slumlords. So people were already living here, drug addicts, prostitutes, but this was an easy place for them to come and say, hey, we're going to move in and not pay rent. That's what it is.
Has the city done anything, or have they called on any other gangs in the city? Because we know that Denver, like you said, there's a lot of gangs here. Have they called on the gang to try and come maybe fight these Venezuelan gangs?
And that's the situation, is that after the police didn't come in here and raid these places, if there was a lot of problems like there was, people started calling on the local gangs. You guys should go confront them. Like, this is your neighborhoods. When you think about it, it's like, bro, they wanted people to come over here and start basically a war. Let's turn this up and have conflicts where they can actually have something to say, hey, it's going crazy over there.
Why don't the police come in here instead of the other gangs?
I couldn't even tell you that. That's why when I see all this stuff, why didn't the gangs, when they had the footage of the dudes with the guns, right? If it was gangbangers, they would have came in here and raided the whole situation.
Shit would have been,
and this place would have been flipped.
The nigga's mama would have been locked
Colorado,
up.
Denver, they put gangbangers on the terrorist list. But they seen this on the footage and they didn't even come in here. So it's kind of like...
There hasn't been one single arrest since that video took place.
No.
Not one
and
single cop showed up, bro.
Their faces wasn't covered. But if it was some gangbangers, they definitely going to come in here. They going to indict the whole neighborhoods around here, you know?
So do you think it could have been an inside job by the people that run the government here in Denver?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to. It's deeper than just Venezuela's invading. It's like these dudes set this up. That's how I feel.
Where are all the people from that live
Especially in New York?
Aquí la gente que vive aquí, hay personas venezolanas, personas de México, de Honduras, de Brasil, de África. Aquí hay personas de todos diferentes países, no nada más venezolanos, como dicen en las redes, que en Aurora, que en los apartamentos solo hay venezolanos y que hay mafiosos y que hay bandas.
Who do you guys pay rent to? ¿Y ustedes a quién paga su alquiler?
Al dueño de los apartamentos. Nosotros, por lo menos yo tengo contrato.
Ok. ¿Y cuándo usted tiene que pagar para vivir aquí?
1,200 pago yo.
1,200.
1,200 aparte, hay que pagar la luz.
$1,200. This migrant said she was paying $1,200 in rent. However, in just a few moments, she will reveal how these migrants are actually able to live inside this apartment complex. But first, she let me get a tour of her apartment complex and the apartment complex of her father. All right, let us in here. Whoa. Here on the wall, there's holes. She says the electricity doesn't work, the hot water doesn't run. Not a very good situation inside here. This is the bathroom.
God damn it, what's that word I'm looking for?
So the water inside your shower does not drain, and there is no hot water.
No sale agua caliente en la ducha. Yo tengo que calentar agua para bañar a los niños y eso se tapa que a veces no baja el agua. Se pone el agua y si no se seca se pone podrida el agua. Entonces tengo que estar secando, dejando un trapo ahí siempre.
And you still have to pay $1,200 just to live here.
Ya por lo menos estos meses atrás ya el dueño no ha querido recibir ninguna clase de pago.
So now we've hopped over to the next building, and on the windows right here, there's gunshots, bullets. These apartment complexes are in horrible condition. There's also throw up, whether it be a person or a dog. This place is absolutely disgusting. Oh.
The freedom to grow, the freedom to prosper, and the freedom to raise our family.
But this one's even worse. She says you can't even live here because the water doesn't even work.
Oh,
there's
hell no.
Through the roof where water has came through, and you can't use the shower or tub or anything. This apartment is destroyed. There's cockroaches everywhere in here, and so nobody can live or even sleep in here because how bad the condition is. And does your father still have to pay rent?
Ya el dueño no está recibiendo ninguna clase de pago porque él también está tomando todo esto que de pandillas, de que mafia se está aprovechando de todo esto para sacarnos a nosotros como que si fuéramos perros y no es justo.
And so you say the landlord is not collecting rent, so are the gangs now coming in and charging people dinero?
No, nadie. Aquí
I was gonna
nadie
say,
nos ha
hold on,
cobrado
you
a
got the game
nosotros
fucked
nada.
up.
And did you think that
They
your
don't got
life
it
was
like
going to be
that
like this
yet.
when
You
you
think
came
so?
across the border to live here in the United States?
No, jamás. Me hubiera quedado en mi país. Dicen que aquí ya todo es diferente, las leyes, todo, uno consigue su buen trabajo, uno sale adelante, puede reunir plática para llevar a su país, pero no todo es como lo dicen, que el sueño americano simplemente es un sueño. Cuando llegas aquí ya despiertas. No es como lo dicen.
Si alguien le dio un vuelo para regresar, una oportunidad de regresar a Venezuela, ¿regresaría?
No.
Con todo el amor del mundo regresaría a mi país, sí.
¿Usted cree que banderos
They
han
capping.
llegado aquí?
Nobody will
Sí,
ever
he
go back to
escuchado
their country once
tiroteo,
they come to
pero
America.
aquí
Have
adentro
you ever seen 90
no he
Day
visto a
Fiancé?
ninguna persona con armamento.
They get up their kids
Se
to come to
vienen de los
America.
alrededores, vienen
McDonald's,
carros
DoorDash,
y
Uber
arman,
Eats, that's
echan
driving Uber and shit.
tiros
That's what niggas wanna
que
do.
vienen y pues echan el poco de tiros y se van.
Y entonces sí escucharon los disparos.
Sí, el día que se armó el tiroteo, no sé, que corría mucha
Well, they
gente,
done came and took over the whole
yo
block,
escuché
bro.
todo,
That's
pero salí
crazy.
corriendo, me escondí, fue en el baño, porque o sea, me daba miedo.
Aquí
No,
han escuchado disparos.
Se escuchaban allá afuera.
Afuera. And you believe those are members of Tren de Araguas? ¿Y creen que ellos son miembros de Tren de Araguas?
Bueno, no les sé decir porque no los he visto a nadie.
Pero de lo que ha escuchado de sus ventanas.
Dicen por el tipo de armamento, en los videos que han salido el tipo de armamento, dicen que son del Tren de Aragua. Hay muchos de ellos que dirán que son del Tren de Aragua. Nosotros somos venezolanos, pero somos de familia sana.
So the landlords have completely fled these buildings, which has caused a perfect situation for gangs to actually come in here and start extorting to the people, because if there's no government per se or no landlord inside this complex, the gangs come in and they create their own government, their own society here inside this complex. And so that's why the gangs are actually able to come in here and charge these people rent, even though they have no control of these buildings, because essentially all these people that are living here in this apartment building are squatting because they're not paying rent to anybody. And now from everybody I talked to inside this apartment complex, it seems like a lot of people were very hesitant to say as to what was actually going on. And from the people that I did talk to, I kind of got the vibe that yes, gangs are inside these apartment complexes, but obviously they're not going to say on camera. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, as I post videos like these every single week. I will see you guys next week. Give this video a like, and I'll be reading your comments down below. This is Nick, and I will see you next video.
Man, appreciate that, dude. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. They squatting and how'd they get over here so easy? Man, crossing the border wasn't that easy back in the days. From what I remember, and when I mean back in the days, I'm talking about 2016 or something like that, or maybe 2010, 20. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's confusing, man. It's weird. You see the agenda, you see the edict right there, but it's like, man, I don't know, man. That shit's weird, man. It's hecka weird, bro. They're ruining my damn New York trip, so that's what's making me mad. Hey, man, give your boy subscribe, man. Peace.